What up YouTube? I'm Alex Krodzicki, and today we're going to be going over shoulder impingement relief exercises. This is going to be a 3-series video, starting at beginner, what should you do when your shoulder first hurts, to advanced, what should you do in the last stages of rehab so you can be fully functioning. Now I recommend you doing each of these videos for 3 weeks prior to progressing to the next one. Today we're going to be going over the beginner exercises. For any resistance band work that we do, I want you to start at the least resistance and then slowly progress your way up. And if any of these exercises increase or replicate your pain, I want you to perform a smaller motion or stop the exercise altogether. Don't forget to subscribe with us so you can continue learning. For the first exercise and our warm-up, we're going to be working on range of motion of the shoulder. So what I'm going to need you to grab is a straight object such as a cane or a broomstick will work fine for this. Go ahead and lay back down. I want you to grab the object shoulder width apart and just rest it at your belt line. Slowly lift the object overhead. You should feel a slight stretch with this, but this should not increase your pain. Go ahead and hang out here for 2 to 3 seconds and then bring it back down to your belt line, performing 3 rounds of 10 repetitions. For the next exercise, we're going to be working on bringing our arm out to the side. Now, because this is a painful motion for most individuals with shoulder impingement, we're going to be doing what's called active assist. So I'm going to use my left hand to slowly bring my right arm out to the side. In this instance, I'll be working on my right shoulder. This should not be painful and you should feel a slight stretch. Once you feel that stretch, hold it for 2 to 3 seconds and bring it back to the midline. Perform this 3 rounds, 10 repetitions. These next group of exercises, we're going to be working on strengthening the rotator cuff muscles. These muscles actually help draw that ball into the socket and help create a little bit of space in the shoulder joint, which can help relieve some of that shoulder impingement pain. The first strengthening exercise we're going to be working on is isometric shoulder external rotation. What you're going to need is a wall and 2 hand towels. Now, since we're going to be pressing against the wall, it's going to be hard for you to see what motion I'm actually doing. So I'm going to show you that before I show you the exercise. We're actually going to be rotating our arm away from our body. We're not going to be rotating our entire trunk or lifting our arm up out to the side. So to perform, go ahead, grab that rolled up towel and stick it under your armpit. And then take the folded towel and place it on the wall here. What I want you to do is get your elbow bent to about 90 degrees and your body square with the wall. Go ahead, push into that towel, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, and then you should feel muscle activation in the back corner of your shoulder there. Perform 3 sets, 10 repetitions. The next exercise is very similar. We're going to be bringing our arm in towards our body. Again, I don't want you rotating your whole body because that's using muscles that we're not trying to target here and it's not going to be effective. What I want you to do is same thing, elbow bent to 90 degrees, body square with the wall. Go ahead and press against that wall. You should feel the muscle activation closer to the front part of your shoulder. Make sure you hold for 2 to 3 seconds and then do 10 reps, 3 rounds. These next group of exercises are going to be working on posture because poor posture can cause decreased space in the shoulder joint and cause impingement. So the goal of these exercises are going to be pulling your shoulder blades down and back. The mid row is a great way to start correcting your posture. It helps strengthen some of the muscles that helps your shoulder blades go down and back and has the potential to create extra space in the shoulder joint, which can eliminate some of that shoulder impingement pain. What you're going to need is a resistance band or some sort of cable system, and I want you to set that up around chest height. Now what I want you to avoid is shrugging your shoulders. This can actually cause that impingement pain, and it's targeting the wrong muscles. When you grab onto the cable system or resistance band, I want you to lead the motion with your elbows, squeezing your shoulder blades down, back, and together. Go ahead and hold that for 2 to 3 seconds, and then slowly bring the band back to the starting point. Be sure to do 3 sets, 10 repetitions. To follow the mid row, we have the low row. Now the biggest difference here is we're going to have our arms out front. We can have the same setup here, and we're going to slowly bring them down to our sides, squeezing our shoulder blades down and back. You can hold this for 2 to 3 seconds at the end of the motion here. Slowly bring it back to the starting point. Perform 3 sets, 10 repetitions. Band pull aparts is another great exercise to add to your routine. To perform, grab the band shoulder width apart, slowly pull the band apart and feel your shoulder blades come down and back. Hold the end of this for 2 to 3 seconds and slowly release the tension. You should perform 3 sets, 10 repetitions. For the stretching portion of this routine, we're going to focus on upper trap, levator scap, and pec minor and major. Now the reason we want to focus on these muscle groups is because when they're tight and bound up, it can actually malposition the shoulder blade to decrease space in the ever so valuable shoulder joint, which we know can create shoulder impingement. To perform the upper trap stretch, simply drop your ear down to your shoulder. You should feel that on the opposite side from your neck all the way down your shoulder. Make sure you do 3 rounds of 30 seconds on each side. For the levator stretch, drop your ear down to your shoulder, then rotate your nose to your armpit. This should feel slightly different than the upper trap stretch. You should feel it more in the middle of your neck. Be sure to do this on both sides, performing 3 rounds of 30 seconds. For the pec stretch, I'm going to need you in a doorway. We're going to need to get into the position of it's good, as if the field goal is good, and you're going to rest your forearms on the molding. Slowly lean into that stretch. You should feel it on the front part of your chest. Hold this for 30 seconds and perform 3 sets. Follow these exercises 3 times a week for 3 weeks until you progress to the next video. Through your time following and watching these videos, feel free to comment or ask any questions that you have, because I want to build a community of people that will help everyone get through their aches and pains.